AI Darth Vader in Fortnite sparks SAG-AFTRA, it's the Screen Actors Guild, backlash over actors' voice rights. Oh boy. So, in case you don't know, AI is here, and voice actors and artists are probably going to be the first to be replaced. I know, it's sad. I know, everyone's kicking and screaming, but it's happening in real time, right now. And a good example of that is Fortnite's Darth Vader AI voice. So let's see what's going on in this article. Let's see what the Screen Actors Guild has to say. This is kind of amusing to me. The AI Darth Vader in Fortnite has created some hysterical moments for players, but SAG-AFTRA is not amused. Darth Vader has entered Fortnite again, and this time he talks, or rather an AI-generated version of his iconic voice does. The new in-game companion feature allows players to interact with NPCs powered by artificial intelligence, and AI Darth Vader is among the latest additions. However, fans quickly noticed something strange. Vader wasn't just spouting pre-written lines, he was responding to them. Yep, that's just basic chat AI. This is pretty normal. I mean, if you watch any streamers that do this, tons of streamers have AIs of all these different characters that people can donate to and do conversations with that'll play over the stream. Like, this is common. This is everywhere. This is very normal technology at this point. It's been people have been using it for years. Hell, you could Oni Plays. If you know of Oni Plays, they have some great AI videos where they are basically chatting with AI and telling them to do horrible things. Very amusing. So yeah, this stuff has existed now for a little while. So it's cool to see them using in video games. And I think, yeah, AI Vader is a great way to do that for sure. I mean, everyone loves Vader. Kids love Vader, so it just makes sense. But yeah, so that's kind of what's happening in case you don't know. So let's see, what do I have to say? The AI version of the iconic Sith Lord was eerily convincing, answering questions in the deep, commanding tone made famous by the late James Earl Jones. It even had a sense of humor. When asked which Star Wars trilogy was best, AI Darth Vader replied, "Their original trilogy demonstrated the Empire's might, and the prequels elucidated its fall. As for the sequels, they do not exist, which amuses me." That is pretty funny. I mean, I think most Star Wars fans can unite in their hatred of Disney Star Wars, so there's that at least. But I mean, yeah, this is just typical, like, chat AI stuff. There's nothing crazy here. This isn't, like, new, mind-blowing technology. It's just... it's the first time we've seen it, like, in a big mainstream video game like Fortnite, so it's probably getting a lot of attention, a lot of press that it otherwise usually wouldn't get. Because let's be honest, most people don't really watch streamers. Most people don't really, get to interact with this AI stuff. So a lot of people probably don't know how far it's come at this point. Naturally, this blew up online. Not just because it was funny, but because it definitely wasn't the kind of thing that Disney would approve of. Yeah, taking a rip at Disney Star Wars. Hey, screw them. They ruined Star Wars as far as I'm concerned. George Lucas Star Wars is where it ends for me. That's just how I am. Granted, I'm not a huge Star Wars nerd, but I do like Star Wars. I vividly remember going as Darth Vader for Halloween when I was like 5 years old. It was great. It was great. I had a plastic Vader mask. It scratched all over the sides of my face, but I loved it. James Earl Jones, before he died, had already agreed to license his voice for AI recreation. Back in 2022, he signed off on the use of his archival recordings so they could be digitally recreated by a Ukrainian startup called Respeecher for future projects. That technology was used in Obi-Wan Kenobi, with Lucasfilm's direct involvement and approval. It's unclear whether Fortnite's AI Vader uses the same tech, but the resemblance is striking. I would say it probably is not using the same tech. Basically, I could just recreate a voice by hearing just like... they can basically say a few sentences, and then it can recreate the voice. And then from there, you can input some personality traits, and then it will kind of dictate that. And then it will also just, like AI will do, AI can only run off of existing data, so it will just pull it, from whatever database they use, usually Google or whatever. And it will kind of use that to fuel and build onto its intelligence. I don't know if that's a good way of describing it, but in fact, that was probably a horrible way of describing it, so I'm not going to try to describe it again. I'm just going to move on. Regardless, Fortnite isn't a Lucasfilm project. It's a game developed by Epic Games, and the implementation of the AI Vader voice was reportedly handled by their subsidiary, Llama Productions. This move has landed them in hot water. Uh-oh. The Screen Actors Guild is coming to get ya. SAG-AFTRA strikes back. On May 19th, SAG filed an official unfair labor practice charge against Llama Productions, claiming the AI Darth Vader violated their union agreement. Oh my gosh. I'm going to turn down the music a little bit. The Skyrim soundtrack. The union alleges that Epic replaced union voice talent with synthetic speech without consultation, a decision that sidesteps negotiated protections. Oh my gosh. That's kind of sounding like Vader. That quote right there, not gonna lie. A spokesperson from the union emphasized that they're not against AI tech, but they are against exploitation and the erosion of performers' rights. I mean, let's be honest. You kind of have to pick a side, right? Because AI is gonna take their jobs. Like, it's happening. It's like I said, it's literally happening in real time. The complaint is part of a broader fight over how AI will be used in entertainment, one that's grown more intense since the 2023 actors strike. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. God, what a horrible time for them to go on strike. Honestly, Hollywood deserves to completely go under at that point. Like, they have made so many horrible decisions. Fortnite's AI already has problems. In the meantime, the AI system in Fortnite has already sparked other concerns. Players quickly discovered ways to manipulate Darth Vader's responses, tricking the system into saying profanity, lewd comments, and racial slurs by crafting clever prompts. Oh my god! The outrage! No! AI saying naughty things. Epic has issued hotfixes and says there are guardrails, but clearly they aren't holding. Yeah, this is another thing where you can kind of strong arm an AI into doing something, even if there are these systems in place. Like I said, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch Oni Plays. They have some great videos on AI. Very funny. Highly recommend. In fact, I'll probably put it in the description below, because I'm just thinking about that video. So funny. AI companions are supposed to enhance immersion, but when one of the most iconic villains in cinema starts cracking jokes about non-canon trilogies or parroting inappropriate language in a game that children play, immersion isn't the word that comes to mind. I don't think people play Fortnite for immersion, or play as a AI voiced Darth Vader for immersion, but anyways, I digress. A glimpse into the future, or a warning. For fans, the novelty of talking to AI Darth Vader might be entertaining. For actors and voice professionals, it's concerning. Like, this is so sad. Like, we get it. We get it. You do voices for games and stuff, and AI is coming, and what's the easiest thing for AI to replicate? Voices and art. And it just so happens that voice actors and artists are being replaced by AI. And they're kicking and screaming as it's happening. But it's not stopping it from happening. They're not solving any problems. They're not integrating with it. They're just saying, hey, I don't want my job to be lost because now it's extremely competitive and now my job can be done by someone who has no talent with an AI. And that's just the reality. That's the future. So they can kick and scream all they want, but it's not going to stop it. Like, it's here and it's happening, right? And SAG is just one thing. So it is what it is. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry if you're a voice actor. I'm sorry if you're an artist. But it's going to get way, way harder for you going forward. The use of synthetic voices in major franchises, even in side projects like Fortnite, signals a shift that could reshape the industry. That's what I'm saying. If an AI Vader can sound this real, what happens to the actors behind the voices? Right? And how long before this tech is used without their consent? Another thing I want to add, indie games, right? Maybe a video game developed by one person. Now they can use AI voice. They don't have to hire voice actors, right? And sometimes there are voice actors that will do work for free, but let's be honest, those voice actors are always shit, and they always ruin the game, or they get like an e-celeb to do voice work, and it's always dog shit. So yeah, I think this is just a positive in general. Again, it's like, I wouldn't call it a necessary evil, but it's just a reality at this point. Like, the technology's here. It's only going to get better and better. It's only going to get more and more accessible. So, yeah, it's just the reality. Unless voice actors want to sort of integrate with AI and maybe use AI as a tool, You know? Maybe they could even somehow accelerate their career through the use of AI. It's hard to really foresee, but yeah, this is not going to stop it. The SAG, the Screen Actors Guild kicking and screaming saying, "No, don't use AI. You can't use AI Vader like this." Right? People are just going to look at that and they're going to think they're entitled and they're brats, which they kind of are. And it's not going to change a damn thing. So let's see what the comments have to say. There's one comment 36 minutes ago. I guess this is a brand new article. The entitled voice actors are afraid because they've realized they are replaceable. Yeah, that kind of sums up what I've been saying the whole video. Like, yes, they are. This is just the reality. This is going to sound really mean, but they are the most replaceable in the world of media, is a voice actor or an artist. There's tons of them out there, first off. I feel like everyone wanted to be a voice actor at one point, just because being a voice actor is so easy. You just have a mic and you sit home, right? And being an artist, you know, anyone can learn art. You just have to dedicate yourself, learn a program, stick with it, and become a master of it. You also have to have some innate talent in art. Otherwise, you're probably just going to be on the back foot from the beginning. But again, these are just the most replaceable jobs by AI. And it's just the reality. So I feel like I've said that many times. So I'm going to start harping on it. But I think AI Darth Vader is funny. I think it's funny that SAG is coming after it. The Screen Actors Guild is whining over it. I think it just shines more light on the problem. The problem that, not the problem that AI is replacing them, but the problem that these people, especially part of this Screen Actors Guild, are going to do everything in their power to slow the progress of AI in media, which I think is going to be a detriment to the media. But that's about all I have to say on the subject. Like the video if you like it, dislike if you dislike it. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I'm a new channel, so subscriptions go a long way. And thanks for watching. Peace.